Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rox and I'm coming to you today with the review for Real Housewives of Atlanta episode 6. So let's get to it, shall we? She's 37 and a half weeks pregnant and looks like she has preeclampsia. Preeclampsia is, I believe, how you pronounce it. And it is just when you have high blood pressure that can threaten the lives of the mother and the baby. So they induce her labor. The whole time she's very calm. She was not the sweating, panting, screaming mess that I was when I was going into labor. That is for sure. So I was wondering if she really was in labor or what. Because, you know, she's so slow motion and so quaaluded out half the time anyway. I mean, she ain't on quaaludes, but she just always so, you know, no, ouch. I'm nervous, baby. You know, they induce the labor and she has a baby. A big bouncing baby boy. He's 9 pounds and his name is Croy Jagger Bierman. So congratulations to her. So, you know, I'm just hoping that this was her little right off of the show because supposedly she's supposed to be getting her own show. I don't really know who's going to watch it. It looked like it's going to be very boring. They need to get some sort of excitement in their life if they're going to have a show of their own. Phaedra's a lawyer. We know that, right? Okay, so Phaedra is representing somebody at the Morrow Courts. And if anybody knows about the Morrow Courts or the city of Morrow in general here in Georgia, you knew it was going to be some ratchetness going on there. Your cousins are in Morrow. Okay, and if you white and you don't know who your cousins is, ask somebody black. She is representing this guy who is late, who shows up looking a mess. Black people, for real, please, when you have a court date, please show up on time and please show up looking like you have a job, like you go to church on Sundays. And by yourself, stop coming up there with Antoine and Trevante with the damn yarn cornrows look like they needed to be cut off a long time ago. Anyways, the judge is a friend of Phaedra's and the judge and Phaedra have this back and forth banter. I don't know why, but I felt some sort of tension between the two of them. Some sort of sexual tension. Just me. I kind of had a little crush on the judge. The way he was talking, his voice, I was just like, oh. But anyway, the judge lets the guy off, even though he had like the damn Bond Squad tint on his windows for his car. And then when they pulled him over, he had like a bag of weed. I didn't know you could have a bag of weed in your car nowadays. You can have a bag of weed. Anyway, when Phaedra and homeboy are walking out, you know, Phaedra takes off her lawyer hat and she becomes a round the way girl, you know, puts on her bamboo earrings basically. And she's just like, boy, you know, you gonna really be in trouble. You need to stay out of trouble. And you know, they get out to the car and he still got that damn dark ass tint on there. And she just was really looking like, where's my money? And how about homeboy pulls out like a fresh stack of 20s and just kind of counts them off, peels them off one at a time, and pays Phaedra in cash in the damn parking lot. Oh, we paying in parking lots now. Listen, I know that any time that you pay somebody and they standing in the doorway of your car and you paying them in cash, it ain't nothing good is coming out of that transaction. We don't get cashier's checks or money orders or write a check another week. We just pay it in cash. Y'all watch them damn undercover shows. Y'all know what happens on the... I was just like, Phaedra, this can't be good for your lawyer image. Sheree and her mom goes to the land where Sheree is having her chateau built. And she's just telling the mom how she's, you know, just real frustrated over this whole issue with Bob and how he doesn't want to pay child support. And the mom basically was like, listen, you can go through all of them emotions if you want to, but you want somebody to give you some money, then you need to take them to damn court. The mama told her that when Sheree's dad and the mom broke up when she was 7 years old, she had to take him to court. Sheree get to going back down memory lane and gets to talking about how her dad, you know, all she ever wanted when she was growing up was a speaking spell. And how the dad never got the speaking spell for her. Y'all, them speaking spells used to be the bomb. Me and my cousin Paula, we had a speaking spell and honey, you couldn't tell us nothing. Them speaking, remember it? You would have it and you push the button and be like, A for apple. It was like, I loved my little speaking spell. So yeah, I guess that was like a big toy back in the day. But damn it, mama, why ain't bought the girl a damn speaking spell if the child wanted it all that time. Got the child sitting there looking out the window for her daddy to bring a damn toy, and he ain't coming yet. Them speaking spells wasn't that much. I know the mama could have went on and bought her a damn speaking spell. But wasn't it a weird story? I was just like, now I know we trying to get some emotions and we supposed to be feeling it, but I was just like, all this over the speaking spell. Are you fixing to cry, Sheree? It felt like Sheree was trying to muster up some emotions. So you guys, for real, I got it. I got the point. I understand that it's the point. You depending on your father, or, you know, as a mother, you depending on your child's father to be there for the kid, and they not there. So I understand what the point was, but I was just like, a damn speaking spell shit. You should know how to spell by 12. How long do you want this speaking spell? You know, Sheree is grappling with the idea. I know she feels guilty about possibly taking Bob to court when, you know, she can afford to take care of the kids. I think we all know that. It's not that. It's just that the father needs to do his part. But at the same time, are you going to put somebody in jail over the fact that they haven't given you money when you already have it? So that's the part that I understand that she's grappling with. But, you know, Sheree doesn't move fast enough, because when she gets home, talk to her son with the taco meat hair. Y'all know I wish they cut his hair. I know it'd be days. My son's hair don't be right all the time, but you best believe if he was going to be on camera, he ain't going to be coming up there with, he don't have real taco meat. It's like that dusty brown. What is it? I just want him to cut it. Get you some waves, you know, work out your, correct this situation right here. But anyway, when she gets home, she sees that Bob done beat her to the punch, and that he done served her with a summons to get child support reduced. And I was confused, because I'm not sure. Is he not paying child support altogether, or is he just not paying enough? I didn't understand, but yeah, see, so, you know, you're trying to be nice and you're trying to be considerate of the other person. Sometimes you just got to be cutthroat and worry about yourself. Okay, you guys, NeNe is in New York with Cynthia, and they're both there for business purposes. NeNe is there because she is looking to open a lounge, like a bar lounge. Everybody is doing that. I wish she could find something else to do, but she's opening up a bar lounge in a business partnership with this gentleman named John, who supposedly is a good friend of Mr. Donald Trump. And if you can remember, Donald Trump and NeNe are really good friends. So, you know, hey y'all, she got Trump money. This man, John, that she meets up with is just a combination of your used car salesman, sprinkle in a little bit of molester, and all around bullshit artist. I mean, he might be serious about it, but something about the way he handled NeNe, and it was just stereotypical Italian guy who is overtly sexually, sexually comes on to the black woman like as if she was gonna be his side hoe. He ain't gonna never have her as his woman, y'all better believe that. He's pouring it on so thick, and NeNe doesn't know how to handle it. I mean, like, for the first time, she's genuinely speechless. I mean, he is all over her. He's feeding her. He's complimenting her. He's telling her all these different things. I hate people who talk the talk and don't walk the walk. Like, you can tell me I'm fixing to do all this. I'm going to make all this money, or you going to do this and that and the other for me. And if I don't see it, I don't believe it. I'm not ever impressed by a whole bunch of talk. I need to see it or get out of my face. And so he tells her that he going to make her, he going to make her first million. And I was like, oh, no, hold on now. You don't know what you're talking about now, because NeNe is very rich. That little bit of $1 million that you talking about ain't shit. Anyways, y'all, the Italian singer comes up while they outside sitting in like a, not a gondola. What is the word? They sitting underneath the, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's all so just stereotypical. You know, the man's singing in Italian. John got tears. He about to start crying. It was just like a bootleg ass soprano. Kandi's mom is ready to start dating. Kandi invites her mom over to the house because she is going to get her all dolled up, and they're going to have a photo shoot for a senior citizens dating website that Joyce has agreed to join. See, y'all, did I tell y'all these mamas is coming up? First it was Evelyn and now it's Joyce. I'm telling y'all, as soon as we can get Cynthia's mama to sober up some, we gonna put her out on the scene too. Y'all know Cynthia mama she take a little nip before she get on the camera. She be nervous, y'all. Joyce. Okay, y'all, explain this to me now, please. Now, for the last couple of weeks, Joy's been all up in arms about this whole ridiculous situation. You know, him sucking his dick on the camera and all of her being there and all of that. So somebody explain to me, please, why is it okay for a 60-year-old woman to be on camera with the ass out? She on the TV with some panties on, y'all. Listen, I know that it was a girdle. I understand that. But if you're going to be all broke up and torn up about the whole fact that ridiculous on there, but you can show up on TV with nothing on, I mean, it's something is wrong. It's a conflict there somewhere. I just need Joyce to be more consistent. Now, she did look good. She looked good for a 60-year-old. I mean, you know, she thick, but Kandi thick, but she still was, you know, looked cute in her little thing. But still, no mamas on TV with their titties and ass out. But yeah, I need Joyce to be consistent. Either you gonna push the envelope or you not. Okay, but all this back and forth, it's confusing to us. Kandi jam her up in this dress and, you know, get her all made up. That's why this was my tribute to Joyce. Y'all see my eyes? That was my tribute to Joyce and her makeup. These are the colors that Kandi used on her eyes. But anyway, they take the photo shoot and Joyce is feeling herself. You know, I'm happy for her because she always seemed so mean and miserable when Kandi was with the guy that ended up getting killed. And it seemed like it was a little bit, just a tinge of jealousy. Not classic jealousy, but just like, okay, my daughter's found somebody and I ain't been able to find nobody. So I think that this is a good thing that Joyce is dating. I want her to be successful. Hopefully it works out for her. Okay, you guys, and like I said earlier, Cynthia is in New York also. And she is there to, I don't really know what she was there to meet with Russell Simmons for. I'm not sure if it was because she was supposed to be pitching her business plan to him or if she was just picking his brain, getting some ideas, that she wanted him to do something, to fund something. It never was really made all that clear. But anyway, she goes down to his offices, and you guys know Russell. Y'all know how he is. He's like got 15 things going on at one time. He jumps all over the place. It's hard to stay on track with him, but Russell is a very, very, very smart man. Very business astute. I mean, he was able to pull apart her whole thing. You know, she's telling him that she wants to have this modeling school, and immediately he starts telling her, okay, well, what you gonna do about longevity? I mean, people are not going to be models forever. And what happens when they gain weight? What happens when the person is overweight and they want to work for you? Or they can still be in the industry and not necessarily be, you know, before the camera or in front of the scenes. What about the behind the scenes people? What about the hair people? What about the fashion coordinators? What about, you know, the stylists? What about photography? You know, there's a whole lot more that can go into this business plan that you are ignoring. And, you know, Cynthia, she had to finally realize that, yeah, people, you know, when you get to be our age, ain't nobody trying to see us modeling and shit. Yeah, you look good. You look nice. But you ain't fixing to be walking on nobody's runway. And those models be young. Start like in that 13, 14, 15 years old. By the time you 22, 23, you need to be starting to have another plan. So, Russell, he just pulled it apart in 2 minutes. You know, there was some talk about the fact that they used to date when she was 18, and, you know, he proposed to her, but he cheated. And, you know, we all know that Russell likes the model. He's always been that way. I think that Cynthia might be a little too dark for him. And later on, she meets up with her, the guy who helped her plan her wedding. Y'all remember him? He was a very overweight guy from last season. And you know what the TV does to us all makes us realize that we need to get our shit together. I mean, we all, when we get in front of the camera, we start realizing that we need to look a little different. He loses all this weight, but it was a cool conversation that she had with him too, because he got her to admit that, you know, she's out of place in Atlanta, that she's not necessarily happy here in Atlanta, that she can't be herself here in Atlanta, that she might not be the happiest in her marriage. You know, she tries to explain it off again like she always does, and saying how, you know, there's days when I'm not happy, and, you know, I don't wake up and just be in love with him. But I'm telling you, I'm sorry, when you are a newlywed, that is how you feel. That's normal. Like, you shouldn't be to the point where you don't feel happy yet. Look, yet. But you shouldn't be to that point, really. In a year or two, that is still the newlywed stage. And anybody who is feeling like that in 2 years, I'm sorry, but it's not gonna last. And it hasn't even been 2 years. It's only been a year. So yeah, that is a red flag. I gotta tell you guys that I really do like the New York Cynthia. When she was in New York, and, you know, she was talking to her friends, and, you know, the way she was, it was just different than how she is when she is in Atlanta. I noticed it. It made me feel like how I used to feel about Cynthia, which I did like her last season, even though she had some of her strange kind of stupid ways. But I liked her last year, and now I'm really realizing that it's just that she can't find her foot in here. Atlanta is a very fake and phony place when you are trying to be in that, you know, in that industry. You know, everybody here in Atlanta was either a real estate agent or a producer when I first moved here. When the real estate market fell through, then everybody was a producer. You be talking to somebody and they be like, yeah, I be in the studio, I be you know, I produce so and so, and I do this and I do that, and you be like, yeah, nigga. But in the meantime, can I have a Big Mac meal, please? I love that joke. I don't know who told it originally, but that shit is funny to me. Anyways, y'all, just saying all that to say that I really do think Cynthia is out of her element here. It's just unfortunate that Cynthia has attached herself to NeNe instead of just being on her own and kind of leading her own way, so it's made her look like a follower. But yeah, I just think that Cynthia might need to go back up to New York and take old Uncle Jessup with her. Okay, you guys, so that's it. I am so sorry I didn't do a Braxton Family Values video last week. I just couldn't. I'm telling you guys, I feel like I'm gonna start adding something to my channel. I'm just not sure what, but these shows, like, I don't know what I'm expecting from these shows, but it ain't nothing that's making me just be like knocking me off my feet, not consistently enough to be doing a video. And I hate doing videos that's not entertaining. And if I don't feel like it's entertaining to me, then why I'm gonna give it to y'all? Tomorrow, Real Housewives of Atlanta is doing a special episode, and I will review that one also. I promise I'll do a Braxton Family Values review this week, whether or not it's good. And it hasn't been bad, it just hasn't been nothing. So, y'all look out for that. itsrox. My YouTube channel is for itsrox. You guys, thanks for the ones that have followed me on my blog spot, and then, of course, on Twitter and Facebook. Y'all know about all the other ones. So thank you all so much for that. That's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye. Thank you.